apologize. Boom. Big epic fail. Epic fail. I forgot to unmute. I'm sorry. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name's Corey. I'm host of Pop the Chart. I flubbed it up. I had everything running, but the mute was hidden over here to the side by my water bottle. I couldn't see. Again, my voice is a little fubbed up right now. I'm a little under the weather, so I apologize. We're gonna do a late evening little run about HOFV. Again, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Pop the Chart. We do live technical analysis on stocks. We usually do it market open all the way through market close with our live stream tonight. Because of this stock chart that I posted out earlier on Stocktwits, I got a little bit of flack and a little bit of like. Some people were like, hey, I think that's good. Some people were like, yo, you're crazy. It's okay. Nobody's perfect. But going to do a real short thing. We're going to talk about some of the NFT plays that's been going on. DLPN, Dolphin, as well as Cinedigm, CSCW, and of course HOFV, Hall of Fame Resort Entertainment Company, and the partnership. Again, if you're just joining, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everybody that came in. The bench, yes, thank you. XHW, thank you for telling me that I was muted, and I get a little for the epic fail right there, but it happens. It happens. It's all good though. The music is up. It's running. We're ready to roll. And let's get to it. Okay, so let me break this down now. Again, if you're new too, introduce yourself in the live chat. Feel free to say hi. Introduce yourself. Come on in. You can follow me on Stocktwits, by the way. You can follow me on Twitter. I got everything right there in the description. You can check that out. Feel free to share the link out, let some people know. We got 25 people in here already. Johnny Train, hoping for a DLP and rebound. Okay, so here's what I think. All right, I posted this earlier, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it to you on Stocktwits. All right, I posted this, and I got some peeps that did kind of give me a big punch in the gut, but then I had some that said, hey, I like this. All right, so let me read you what I wrote. I wrote HOFV is setting up for a massive run to end the week. If it double bottoms at $4.72, watch out, because the next stop is breaking 868, which was the high, and heading to somewhere between $11 and $14 by Friday. Okay, so that is my prediction. Now remember, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. I have to tell you that. I'm legally obligated to say that, and I did try to say that when my mic was muted, by the way. So I'm not a financial advisor, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I will give you the most educated information that I possibly can. If you got some questions, feel free to hit me up. We got 30 people in here. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining this evening. Again, this is a late night for me. By the way, again, I sound funky, all right? I got the funk right now. I actually left the live stream earlier today, took a nap, and decided, hey, I'm doing my day trades. I was doing my day trades, and I come across HOFV again this evening, and I was like, whoa, this caught my eye. I'm like, I've got to talk about this. I have to. So then I jumped onto the live stream and set it up, got it ready to rock, and here we go. Okay. So look at it. This is looking at it on a 30-minute scale right now. Okay, we're looking at it in a 30-minute chart. All right, because I want to look at this over a few days. All right, so we look here. This is what I think is so great, so huge about this. I get it. NFTs are something that's big, right? It's huge. So you see it. It moves up here, pulls back, moves up the next day, kind of slightly pulls back, moves up again, pulls back. So this thing has been stair-stepping. If you think about it, it's stair-stepping. It's going up, over, up, over, up, and then it kind of comes out. Now, here's the other thing. All right, so we have had a floor right here at 472, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit bigger so you can try to see it. All right, I want to try to widen this out a little bit. 472 has had a pretty solid floor right in that area, right? And it's might not be perfect, but somewhere in that vicinity, right, has been a floor. All right, and then you've had a really solid floor at 385. Now I get it. It ran up to 8 something, and it pulled back, right? You had the big craze. They said, hey, Dolphin Entertainment, there's a merger. It's going to happen. It's running up. And then all of a sudden, massive sell-off, right? You see that. But here's the thing. If you look at it on the chart, this could be what we consider a double bottom, because if it hits here and it comes down, and maybe it may not even come down on the way. I mean, it might just somewhere in this vicinity. Again, this is looking at it from a chart standpoint. All right. If it hits it, it could double bottom out, which continues to be like a massive George W, which is huge. And it continues to, and then it could go back up to that level, that 8 something level. and test it. It could test that level. If it breaks that level, if it continues, now look, we had a touch point here. We had a touch point here. We had a touch point here. Every day, it seems to just kind of be doing the same thing. And again, there's a lot of news right now. HOFV has news. It's been in the news. I have a news feed over here. All right. Now, granted, some of the other stuff's showing up all because they're all considered NFT plays. But this thing on my regular stream, by the way, if you come in and you join me, if you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit it. If you want to come talk, hang out with me during the day, I do the 9:30, market open all the way through market close. So I do that, and so you come in and check it out, and you can come in, you give me questions, whatever we're seeing, and we could look at this tomorrow as well. So I give you all kinds of information, but this right here is live news feed. It's updated. Like if I take HOFV off, you'll see all the stuff from this evening. Like right now, GameStop's been 10:30. GameStop was talked about. It says GameStop board to see mass departure amid reboot led by Chewy's famed Ryan Cohen, which has been in the news. So I do follow a lot of GameStop and AMC plays as well. So you'll see that. And CEO of Chewy, Ryan Cohen, he's big into GameStop, so we've been talking about that. And all this is all, by the way, there's a link in the description if you're interested in this news feed. I also have movers and gainers and a stock screener. It's all included in these tools. You could use them for your own information. I worked with the company directly, and they got me signed up for a referral link. It's in the description. You can click that link and get a 2-week free trial. No credit card required. You just put in an email address, username, password, whatever. It'll set you up for 2 weeks, and this stuff is sweet. I'm telling you, I've been using it for a few weeks now, and I have found out some really neat info, including, and if I pull it up here, you can see my movers and gainers tool, which I use. So right now, it's not really showing much, but this is the movers and gainers tool. It'll show movers and gainers updated in real time. Now, this is all real time, so it's super nice. So you have to come check out my live stream. All right, so here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna pull up this other information here as I look. Okay, casinos on the Las Vegas Strip plus countless casinos across the country paired with the NFL and gaming is a win. Absolutely. Okay, so let me tell you a few things about me. I'm a huge NFL fan. Huge NFL fan. All right. I got an Andy Dalton signed football. I'm actually from Cincinnati, right? So I'm from Ohio. So Hall of Fame. Yes, it's in Ohio. I'm a huge Bengals fan, by the way. Bengals been tearing up free agency. For anybody who's been following the NFL, they were tearing up, telling you the Bengals coming back, they're coming. Yeah, look at you, Ohio. So I think you said I worked for Hilton Akron Canton Airport for many years. Hall of Fame Canton always sells out. Yeah, OH. I'm waiting for you to repeat. Come on, you're gonna say the IO in the live chat right now. That's right. Problem is, I'm a huge football fan. I coach youth football. I actually have, check this out. This is championship rings right here. Championship rings. My football team that I coach, we've only, yeah, there's the IO. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this. This is my team right here. This is my team. All right, I've been coaching these guys for a couple years now. We've won three straight Super Bowls, 3 state championships in a row in our league, and we've only lost 2 games in 3 years. So there you go. So I'm big into football, but I need to get up to Canton to get to the Hall of Fame. I haven't done that yet. That's like bucket list. I just haven't made it there. But definitely, I want to go to Cleveland next month if they do the draft up there. If they end up letting people show up, I'd like to drive up there to Cleveland, check that out. But anyway, again, the Hall of Fame. So it's huge, right? Think about it. We're looking at it. Let me pull up. Where was that at? I had an article that was really interesting. All right, here we go. Since we're talking, and again, I'm gonna get to some of the other stocks we were talking about here soon, some of the other NFT plays. But right now, we're focusing on HOFV. So just hang in there for a second. So I'm gonna read this article that I have right here. All right, I don't want to cover your screen. I want you to be able to see it. So, all right, Hall of Fame Resort Entertainment and Dolphin Entertainment, so DLPN, HOFV, this week, stock price continued to rally due to overall NFT stock speculation currently within the market. The company would later come out, now let me pull this audio down just a hair, will later come out to say that it is getting familiar with the new trend and exploring options. Tuesday, Hall of Fame announced a deal with the entertainment company and former penny stock Dolphin Entertainment. The deal aims to offer NFTs that will allow fans of professional football and sports entertainment to buy and sell exclusive content developed by the Hall of Fame and its partners. Since both penny stocks, now former, surged during the early days of the week. If you were previously familiar with HOFV, it was likely as esports and the reopening trade had begun, focusing on related stocks. The heart of the Hall of Fame business model entails things like the Hall of Fame Village powered by Johnson Controls that is right near the site of the NFL Hall of Fame. Because we're living in the Hall of Fame. All right, hotels, interactive media areas, etc. are all planned for this build, all right? So there's a big old build into this, all right? Outside of this, Hall of Fame is also getting into things like fantasy football. By the way, I'm big into FanDuel. FanDuel going to be IPOing sometime. DraftKings is going to the moon. All right, I'm so mad. I could have been in DraftKings last year when it came out, like super cheap. Now it's bananas. So I'm telling you, all of this, and then you got all these states that are legalizing sports betting. Now, Ohio, we're like completely almost surrounded by states that have legalized sports betting, but we're still kind of holding out. But I see that happening very soon. So here we go. Outside of this, Hall of Fame is getting into things like fantasy football, which aims to launch ahead of the 2021 football season. However, speculation is buzzing about HOFV as one of the NFT penny stocks to watch after the deal with Dolphin this week. All right. For those of you who may not know, all right, I'm gonna give you a little breakdown of what an NFT is. Explained, really short. I got it right here. All right. It says, so you might be wondering, what is an NFT? Okay, what an NFT? What's it stand for? All right, it's a non-fungible token. That's what it's called, a non-fungible token. All right. So, in layman's terms, an NFT is basically a digital token that can make something like art or anything basically its own entity. So it can't be faked or anything. You prove that it's one thing. There's a better explanation, and I'll read it here for you. All right. How do NFTs work? At a very high level, most NFTs are part of the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Dogecoin, but its blockchain also supports these NFTs, which store extra information that makes them work differently from, say, the Ethereum coin. It is worth noting that blockchains can implement their own versions of NFT. So, more or less, it's a unique and can't be replaced with something else. So, it's something that is unique. It's a one-of-a-kind trading card. It is non-fungible. It is one of those kind of things. So there you go. There's a little rundown on that. I look for this thing to blow up. See, Brian, I look for this thing to blow up on the 30th when the gaming law for sports passes. Yes, gaming law. All right, gaming law. Telling you, people across the country are talking about this, about sports gaming and NFTs, and it's all over the place. And that's the thing with this HOFV. I seriously, it could double bottom. If it double bottoms, and I had somebody, and I'm not calling anybody out, right? Because I'm not perfect. I could be wrong. This thing could literally tank, right? It could happen. Anything could happen, right? It's a stock market. There's no guarantees. But if this continues down, again, I've seen the solid floor at 385, and I had somebody say, that I basically was dreaming, that I'm crazy. They're like, what was it? Oh, it was a message at. Hey, where you at? Come on. Where were you at? I gotta scroll down. There's a lot of likes on this. Okay. Someone said, oh yeah, sure. Charts magically predict the future. Now, if you're in here and you wrote that, you can introduce yourself in the live chat. You know what? You can say that charts may not be able to predict the future, but I can tell you right now, in my personal experience, that I have noticed that if you pay attention to charts, you will have a pretty educated information to give you an idea where a chart's going to go, right? And at this point, it's telling me it's either going to go to here or go up to here. You got the little hook, and it's going to depend on tomorrow morning. The other thing, we need volume, but you have the news. Right now, it's in the news. People were saying, hey, Hall of Fame, Dolphin, look at them. They're blowing up. Oh, my Lord. Cinedigm, all right? So, Cinedigm. I got into Cinedigm. I'm going to show you Cinedigm. I got into Cinedigm, all right? Look at this. It was already charted. It's already charted. I got into it right here. All right? Right here. I was literally like, I'm getting into this. Cinedigm. And it got in the after hours yesterday. Yesterday. And it skyrocketed, right? It skyrocketed. Why? Because it came up in my movers and gainers tool, and because Cinedigm, and I'm gonna read this because it's on their website. All right, if you go to Cinedigm's website, this is what makes Cinedigm such a good play too as well. And notice it came back down, and if you look, I got stopped out of this thing, and it continued upward. Right, I could have got some more out of it, but I got stopped out on my stop loss. But it came back, and then it, sure enough, after hours again, another run up. Right, so I probably and look, here's the levels. It's stopping right on that level mark. If it drops below it, I got this line here. This is a long-term deal. All right, so ignore that. That's long-term. But just look at the two bottom top. Right. Whenever it pops above that, it runs. And then it comes back below it, kind of drops down, right? It came close. Now look, I wasn't right on the bottom of it. It was just barely above it, but it still kind of stayed in those channels. And it's the same thing, fighting here to hold. And that could end up being a support level, and it could continue upward, or it could come downward, right? So, Cinedigm, back to their company. This, investors, all right, where's it at? They had something on their website I read the other day that I thought was here we go, right here. I'll pull this up. All right, I'll get back to HOFV in just a minute. All right, I'm talking about all of it at once. All right, just hang in there 1 second. I just want to show you something. Actually, I'll pull it up just so you can see it. I'll pull it up. But we were talking about Cinedigm anyway, so I'm gonna read this to you. It's this Cinedigm thing. It's on their website. You can go look at it. Investor Relations. Click on it. All right, this is fascinating. All right, so Cinedigm, if you've been to the movie theaters, you've probably seen Cinedigm pop up on the screen. This is why I think Cinedigm might go to the moon as well. Cinedigm powers custom content solutions to the world's largest retail media and technology companies. The company provides premium feature films and series to digital platforms including iTunes, Netflix, Amazon, cable and satellite providers including Comcast, Dish Network, DirecTV, and major retailers including Walmart and Target, leveraging Cinedigm's unique capabilities in content and technology. The company has emerged as a leader in the fast-growing over-the-top OTT channel business, currently with 9 channels under management that reach hundreds of millions of devices, while also providing premium content and service expertise to the entire OTT ecosystem. All right, so without Cinedigm, no movies, ladies and gentlemen. No media. No technology. They provide the technology. All right? You can't tell me that you got all the movies coming back with COVID. Everything's coming back. And streaming's big. It's popular. This company makes that work. Like, I'm telling you. I look down, I see Cinedigm was $1 or something. I'm like, now granted, I day traded it and it stopped out on me, right? I made my profit. I made like 27 to 30% or something like that off of it, somewhere around in there. Off of it, it came back down. And again, I should have got back into it again. Ideally, I should have. But I went into CSCW today, and I'll show you that as well. CSCW, which it kind of bit pretty hard after it ran up. Collar star. But look at it. Come back hard. And you got a little bit of a W pull up, all right? So this I'm curious about. I averaged down on this. So I actually diamond hands to CSCW. Why? Because I think it can continue. I really do. I see a path for that to continue in the near future. Anyway, so we talked about that. DLPN, Dolphin. All right, let's look at Dolphin. That's the sound effects right there for you. And then it just... But look, I drew this line a while back. I said, look, this right here, right when it took off, I drew this line and said, hey, that's a solid resistance level. It breaks out, it probably is gonna run. And it did. And now look, it's coming back, and look at it, trying to support off of that line. So you never know. Get another run. I think if HOFV runs, DLPN is going to run too. They'll run together. Should be no reason why they don't. It's going to be like the AMC GameStop marriage where you look at both of them side by side. And that's my personal opinion. Again, you don't have to agree with me. I could be completely wrong. But the fact that I got 38 of you to come in here and actually listen to me means maybe I might be onto something. Just saying. Maybe. Questions? Anybody got any questions or anything they'd like to ask? I'm curious. Also, we got a lot more viewers and likes. Come on, click that like button. Help me out. I'm a new channel, so I'm trying to grow. Anything y'all can do to help push it up. It helps the algorithm if you hit the like button, by the way. It helps YouTube know that, hey, I exist. I am a human. I'm a person with a channel. Thank you. Thank you for hitting the like button. Also, subscribe. By the way, let me look at something. Where is my sub count at? Where's my sub count at? Because I set a goal. I originally wanted to get 100 subs before the end of the month, and I smashed that. And I'm like, man, I was like, is it possible to get 200 subs? Like, is it possible by the end of the month? So if you haven't subbed, hit that sub button, because that helps too as well. And you'll at least be able to like know when I go live. So you'll be able to, hey, I'm gonna go back and check this guy. So look, I do all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I got all the news information for you throughout the day, and I come on around 9:30. I go into market close. Sometimes you even see me eat my lunch on here. All right, I'm trying my best, trying to grow this. Thank you for subbing, by the way. Let's see here, YouTube Studio. Where we at right now? 136. So I'm on the way there. If we could break 150, right now, that'd be huge. Are you going to hold until the 30th? Brian, you on what? Hold on what? Are you talking about CSCW? Chris Simpson, yo, what's up? HOFV, oh, CSCW, okay. Yeah, I think that's CSCW. Let's look at it. All right, let's go to the days. All right, I got some crosses on here. Weeks. All right, so this is a week chart, right? These are weeks. I charted this on a weekly scale just to see where it's at, because it kind of come down and then it's right off that level. I did this on my phone, that's why it's blue. But I see it going forward. Again, it's been working on that level right there at 216. If it can bust through it, look at the sky on that thing. If it busts through 216, the next stop on the train is 381. Just saying. Just saying. On CSCW. So maybe check into that. And again, today, I'm going to tell you something that's crazy. So today was a bloody market. It was red. The only thing at one point, if you go back and look at my live stream, that was even moving green at all was in the NFT place. The four, like CSCW, and then you had WYSKey. WYSKey just went bananas. By the way, someone came in and said WKey. My newsfeed hadn't went off yet, and I was like, all right, let me look at it. So I looked at it, and it was just getting ready. It was moving up. It got halted at $12, right? It got halted, and I charted it, and I said, you know what? If it keeps continuing, it's gonna hit like, I think it was like 16, I believe. Let me go. I'll look at it. Here we go. WYSKey. Let's take a look at it. Let's go to the day or hour chart here. All right, here we go. Yeah, 30 minutes. That'd be even better. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, it was like right in here. And I said the next stop was what, $13.99, and I said, and then after that it was like 16 something. A 16 was like the high. If you go back and look, see the levels? I leveled them off based off these other levels. And I said, I said you better watch out if you're in at like where it got halted and it got up to almost 14. I said if you're in right here, I said you better have yourself a stop loss set, because you never know, this thing could pull back. Because if you look now outside of today, so it went up, it went past that mark, and it came down hard. It went up, it passed that mark, that 12 whatever mark, it came down hard. And then I was like, all right, if it gets to that mark, you better have that stop loss right there ready to rock, because it could come down hard. And then it started to run even more. And then I was sick that I didn't buy in. I was sick. Because it just kept going. And the reason why I'm sick is because I had just about 15 minutes prior bought CSCW with like what I had remaining left to be able to use for my day trades, because I have a cash account, so I can only use so much each day. You know, I don't do margin. I'm not big on margin. I'm one of those guys that I like to know that I got the money. I don't like to spend other people's money. You know what I mean? I'm safe with my money. So, and two, I wasn't thinking it was gonna go up as high as it was, but I was like, hey, if it breaks it, it's gone. And see ya, good night. And we watched it just go all the way up to 22. Now again, it came down hard. But we'll see if it continues or if it turns up. So that's WYSKey as well. But back to HOFV. All right, let's see here. Keep the momentum going. HOFV, do you think it will hit $8 tomorrow? Joey, all right, if you scrub back to the beginning of my video, I'll tell you. All right. So if but I'll tell you in it. But I'm gonna tell you now anyway, so you don't have to scrub. How about that? I'm gonna make you happy, but you gotta click that subscribe button, all right? And that like button. You gotta click them. Here's my thing. If it hits 472 or somewhere in this area and it comes back up, right, off what we call a double bottom, you have a George W. All right, if you know anything about stocks, a big old George W, when that happens, ideally, double bottom, you get a run up. Personally, I think if it double bottoms, it could test 868. It breaks 868. See you later. Why? Because look, we had touch point here, touch point here, touch point here. All right. You ideally could have, and if I make this a little bigger, ideally, by end of day, the highest point that I have for tomorrow would be 1172. Right in that area. That's the highest for the actual market. Now, after hours, 1279 into pre-market on Friday. End of day Friday, the mass, if it was to somehow get up to there, you look at 13. That's based off that line, right? And it has to break that 8. Now, if it goes up and it hits 868 and it stops, then that's going to be a solid top. And then you get what we call a double top. And then when you see 2 tests of the top, then you have a pullback. All right. So be prepared that if you do get in, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. You got to make your own decisions. All right. Chart looks right, bro. You nailed it. All right. That's what I'm saying. And if it continues, if it hits that, again, if it moves up and it hits 868, ladies and gentlemen, have that stop loss ready. All right, have it ready. If you don't know what a stop loss is, you can put in a trailing stop loss. All right, I do percentages. All right, some people will do like dollars. They pick whatever they want. Like, okay, I do percentages. All right, I did some research. I do some research, and in my own personal research. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. I try. In my own personal research, they have said 10, 15, and 20% on stop loss. 15% would actually got more gains than a 10% and a 20%. So 15%, and that's if you're going for long, right? You're just going to go up, right? Granted, you might not get that very top, right? That very top amount, but it might, when it comes down, it stops you out, but at least you're profiting, right? That's all that matters. At the end of the day, you're getting money. With the NFL draft being in Canton at the Hall of Fame, next month, do you think it can be? Oh, well, it's gonna be talked about. It's gonna be talked about it, definitely. And that's what I think about it. Is, you know, the NFL. Like, okay, I posted a video one time. What was it? I made this video on like Facebook a long time ago on a little clip. Like a little NFL clip. I posted it out. It was a funny NFL thing. I posted it. No joke. That thing went like viral and had like 5,000 views in like an hour, right? It just like gone. Like, I mean, I don't even think it was an hour. It just took off, right? On some just little. The NFL has such a big following that whenever now you're marrying the NFL with the stock market, and then you're bringing in technology too, and you're all just packaging it into this big old giant ball. Why not? Why not? All right, Pong. Did you see Pong on my list? Because it's right here. It's right here. All right. So on my live stream, I had someone. Thanks, Freddie. Thanks for the sub. I think it just came across. Thanks for subbing. Hey, by the way, if you haven't clicked the sub button, make sure you click it. So if you if you followed my live stream about a week or two ago, one of my regulars comes into the live chat and was like, man, you should get into Atari. They're doing this crypto casino. And I was like, yeah. So we were looking, I've been reading it, and all my money was pretty well tied up in AMC at the time. And I was like, man, I'd really like to. I said, I think it'd be great. And then the one day that my stop, because I still have some in AMC, right? I'm still diamond hands, but I had some that I wanted to use for day trading, so I kind of took a little bit of some profits off of it. And so yes, no, I didn't paper hands. I still have money in there. I still got a position. I'm still diamond hands on my position, but regardless, I took a little bit just so I could, use it and some other stuff. Anyway, the day that I take that, Pong doubled in price. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Yesterday I could have got into that thing at 40 cents, and now it's 90. It's almost $1. Not that that's expensive by any means, but the fact, it's on a discount right now, but I was just kind of like, really? My buddy's like, dude, you could have doubled your money, man. You could have doubled your money. But yeah, Atari, I'm telling you, technology, crypto casino, woo-hoo-hoo. And they're actually going to be using Ethereum and several other cryptocurrencies to make that thing work. So HOFV is so hot it needs its own OnlyFans page. Ooh. Hold on, let me get some water. It's getting hot in here. All right, I'm going to show you how big of an NFL fan I am. I'm a Bengals fan, all right? All right, there's the hat. Here is my mini tabletop Bengals cornhole set. That's right, check that out. Little mini set. I can play it right here, right now. I'm about to score. Here we go. Score! Oh, by the way, if you're a Browns fan, if you're a Browns fan, we took Okunjobi from you. I'm just letting you know that. Chris Simpson, I'm from Cincinnati. Yeah, buddy. Are you a Bengals fan? I'm like Burrow, baby. Yes, I'm talking about Joey B. Dude, we are killing it in free agency right now. We're killing it. We're killing it. I did wish we got Golladay. We didn't get Golladay. For those of you that are popping out, I know I'm talking about the NFL, but it has something to do with this. Dayton, man, I got all kinds of Ohio peeps up in here. Well, again, we're talking about the Hall of Fame, so I'm not surprised. HOFV. Wait a minute. Did you just say black and yellow? Did you just oh no you didn't. Oh no you didn't. Oh no you didn't. Hey, it's okay. You can still hit that like button, all right? You can still hit that like button. Oh yeah, put it on. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. We just took Mike Hilton from the Steelers. We took Ogunjobi from the Browns. So, telling you, there's a movement in the AFC North right now. And I can tell you right now, the only team, I'm gonna be honest with you, now don't forget, the only team I'm scared, there's only one team I'm scared of in the AFC North. And it is not the Browns and it is not the Steelers. You can do the math for the rest of it. You can do the math. The only team that I'm even worried about is the team with all the speed. And that would be, yeah, that's right, the Ravens. I am that team, and let me tell you something. Think about it. The Bengals are building a defense. Why are they building a defense? Because there's a lot of offense out there. Now we just need to fix our O-line. That's all. We just got to fix our O-line. Our defense looks good. Looks really good. Anyway, back to it. Any more questions? What do y'all got? Hit me up. I got 20 peeps up in here. He says, Lamar. That dude is fast, man. Fast. I'm telling you, him and Hollywood Brown are fast. Dirty birds. They are technically the old Browns. Oh, by the way, the other hat, that's my football team hat. So that I coach my youth football team. These cats right here, champions. Coach Corey right there. And hey, this thing might have went up in value just a little bit. This thing right here. If I could get it. Oh man, I knocked my whistle off. This thing right here. All right, the Andy Dalton signed football. It might have went up. He's a Bears quarterback now. I need to get Joe Burrow to sign that. I need to get Burrow to sign it. Anyway, all right. We're dropping people off. They're like, all right, he's not talking about stocks anymore. Oh, anyway. Any more, will the hedgies have to cover the shorts Friday? Again, if this thing runs, that could be another thing that could pop it. I'm gonna see, I know Fintel's not perfect. Let's take a look at Fintel. Let's look at HOFV. Let's see what they say on Fintel right now. So Fintel, there's 700,000 short shares available. So it's less than 1 million. Oh my lord. They gotta be covered. Look at this. Look at this. 25% short borrow fee? What? Ladies and gentlemen, that's high. Ooh. They had, okay, according to Fintel today, 66 million short volume on a total of 229 million of 28.90 short volume ratio. So, yes, on March 17th, we had a 4 on short volume. There was like literally no short volume whatsoever. And then you had 11 and a 17, and then March 18th hits 30. March 19th hits 28. Or I'm sorry, wait. 17th. Wait. Where's that? 18. Oh, 18 was 30, 19 was 28, 22nd 35, and then we had 15 on the 23rd, and then boom, back up to 28 again, and you can see the chart. See ya. So that's what I'm saying. What's going on with SOS? Carlos, welcome. Hey, I know we're doing a little late night action up in here, aren't we? He's like, hey, whoa. He's like, it's 11. It's almost midnight. Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to be too loud, by the way. I got a baby and a wife sleeping in the other room right now, but 1.5-year-old daughter. She's a trip. She's a trip. So actually, she's the reason why I'm under the weather. She went to the doctor, and they gave her like the vaccines. Like she had to get her shots. They gave her the flu vaccine. Yeah, guess what? Here it is. A couple days later, this guy, sore throat. And the doctor gave me this like stuff and said, "Here, use this for your throat, right?" I've always just been given cough medicine, whatever. And they're like, yeah, just, squirt it in your throat, gargle it, and whatever. I guess spit it out, whatever. I come to find out because my sister-in-law, she's an RN. So I called her up because it just says, gargle it. And I'm like, am I supposed to swallow this? Not swallow this? And she goes, you just squeeze it out, put it in your mouth, swallow it. And she goes, but as I'm doing it, she's like FaceTime. I'm doing it. As I'm doing it, she goes, oh, by the way, you want to try to keep it off your tongue as much as possible in your lips. So I was like, well, it was already on my tongue. I was like, why is that? She goes, well, it's kind of the same thing as Orajel, but just a little stronger. So earlier for like every bit of like a half hour, I'm like, I couldn't. She's like, don't drink water. I'm like, thanks for telling me that. After it was already like in my mouth. So yeah, I was like when you go to the dentist and your mouth, you just can't drink water. That happened to me. Anyway, Carlos, can you do a quick look at CSCW? Yes, that's what we looked at a little bit ago. And then SOS, I'll do that as well, and VMHG, just for all the peeps that are in here right now. So CSCW. CSCW, all right. We had to pull back. By the way, I averaged down on that, Carlos. I averaged down in the after hours. I was like, psh, I'm averaging down. So here we go. We got the G-dub. It's starting to come back up. You got a little double bottom, movement upward. We'll see. If we look at it on... It's put a floor in right here. Been a floor right in that area. So 145. Been a floor. Granted, it did hit a bottom down here. But that looks pretty solid. I mean, it pulled back and then right up above it. So we'll see where it goes. But again, it's got to try to break that 218. I think if it breaks it, the next stop on that thing, I looked out, was like, what, 3 something? Go back to the week chart. Yeah, 381. If that breaks 218, it could run to 381. Ideally, based on the chart pattern. Because, look, right there. There's like nothing in between there. It's just... Look at the big George W, though. Boom. Boom. Maybe run up. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Let's see. Chris, you're welcome. Was it VMHG? VMHG. Well, VMHG doesn't have any volume. Right there. That, as soon as I open that up and I see this little weird looking thing, there's no volume in that. Although, let's go to the day chart. It has been moving. Ah, that's not what I wanted. Come on, WEBULL. Take a look right there. And setting a solid floor right here. Pretty solid. Bounced right off of that. Let's see. Tested it. Let's continue. We're charting this right here live for you, all right? So it had a real solid floor at 181. It tested. It ran down below, came down, bounced off, came back up, and now it's running back in this channel again. So let's pull out a little bit. Right there. All right. So there you go. That's the channel it's been running in. Of course, it doesn't show extended hours trading. Why? Because it's on the OTC. There's no extended hours. So it's on the OTC. So there's that, but it's been, looks like it's in that channel right there. So looks like it's right at the low of that channel. You got it double bottom. Ideally, you should see a run up based off that double bottom, and then the high maybe somewhere. And again, this is, you're looking at hours, right? These are hours. So I mean, yeah, I mean, somewhere in that 2 something range up to 4 something. That would be my idea on that. Unless it falls out of the channel, it would come back to that 181. So there you go. I would just make sure that, you know, you have some type of stop loss set, but it has been stair stepping a little bit. Super low float locked in. Chris Simpson. All right. SOS, the bench. Are you still with us? SOS Limited. Now, I had this thing charted for a while, and it looks like I charted this a while back, and it's pretty close, not dead on, but pretty solid. And it's been following right along those channels. Look, so here's the problem with that. It fell below that channel. Let's see where the support level is. I mean, that's really the bottom of it right there. So here's what I see. I think this is gonna, in my personal opinion, it looks like it's coming back this way. Excuse me. I think this thing might ride this line down this way, and then try to come back up again off of that. So if I was making the decision sometime before April 26th or 1st of May, I guess, that it may make a decision of whether or not it's going to come back out of that channel. That's my personal opinion. You had the George W, you had to run up. It tried to break that line, came back, and it forced itself back down. Although it's getting lower on the RSI, so who knows? Maybe it tries to test it again. So if it breaks out and goes up this way, then it's going to go, should ideally go on this line, but it looks like it's coming down. There you go. The bench. So thank you all, by the way, for everybody who hit that like button and everybody who clicked subscribe. Where are we at right now? Let's refresh. 151? What? What? It just went from like 137 to 157. Thank you. Man, I just broke 150. What? That's massive. Thank you. Thank you. Even to the Steelers and Browns fans out there, that, you know, even to you all, thank you. Oh, that's epic. So we rocked a whole 50 minutes on here. That's epic. Of course, it is getting late and I have to get up early. Just saying. But Brian S, they're all like, yeah, good info, keep it up. Thanks, bro. No problem. So we got like 9 minutes until midnight, till it's into another day. We'll be in another day. But I do gotta finish doing some of my day trade stuff. You know, I could chart it really quick with y'all with some of my day trade stuff that's coming up. What do you say? You guys want to watch me chart some day trade stuff real quick for tomorrow? Possible. Now again, it's possible day trades. They're like, yes, sir. All right. So here we go. I'll go back to my list because that's the whole reason why I did the HOFV. So let's go to my list. Let's see what's left on my list. Where are you at? Oh, you're over here. All right. Let me pull this to the side. That way I can still see what you're saying. right, APTO is next, and I'll tell you, it's basically, when I look at the chart, I can tell you if it's a yes or no, pretty much. I'm gonna delete this stuff, by the way. I'm gonna say no. Why? Because it pulled back. Although it is flagging. So let's look at a flag. Trend line. Might be a flag. This might actually be an opportunity. Let me see. Based on my technical analysis, that's been a pretty solid floor. This might be one to watch in the AM, in the pre-market, right? If this thing, it could pre-market come up, but then you gotta watch if it, but it has a solid floor. It is flagging. Look, it flagged here too. There's a flag. It kind of goes up and then it came back. So this could be possible. If it breaks this floor though, this 558, if it breaks it, then it's coming down to like 471. So just maybe watch it. But that's not ideally one that I look for an actual day trade. That's one I'm just gonna watch. But I will throw that in my day trade list anyway, just because I want to watch it for tomorrow. So there's that. PRQR. Yeah, I don't like that chart. No thank you. It's close, but no thank you. Sorry. You're eliminated. FREQ. What in the world? That thing gapped down. Sometimes you see the most like weird stuff. Whew. That went from what? $37 to $8.60. What the heck happened with that stock? Anybody, did they do some type of weird split or something, or no? It just, man, is that like 52-week lows or something? Let's see. 52-week low, 791. That thing's just off its 52-week low. Volume at 11 million. Had 11 million on it. What? Look at it, it's 23 on RSI. I don't want to say that's an opportunity because I don't know much about it, but dang. Not one we typically would trade by any means, by the way, because look, you still got the 200 EMA still way like you. This is one that probably going to ride down here for a while, and then if this ends up finally crossing over, it will take off. So that's a negative, but I'm gonna add that to my long, just for future looks. So there you go. There's that one. Where was I at? LEAF. Of course, I've actually charted this one before, and it's still moving off the days. Look at that big G dub. See ya. That was a solid level. That was a solid level. Now this one's ideal, and the reason why, I'll show you. So it continued upward throughout the day. It's got the upward momentum. It closed somewhere near its high and actually tested that high again in the after hours. So here's what you want to look for. Now this is, again, some of this stuff you got to get up early in the pre-market, if you can do the pre-market and watch it, because sometimes it hits in the pre-market and runs, and then it runs even more off the open. So it's running, and then the next level, right there, I think. All right, so if this thing breaks 886, now let's see where it will go after that. Yeah, the next is 9. Let's go to days. Of course, they already had those other levels that were in place from the previous. So look, the other level, I said if it breaks this, It's gonna go, and there it went. You can see this was a previous day trade that I had looked at, LEAF. And I said if it breaks out, it's gone. And it broke it. And now it's testing again. And it has had one heck of a ride. I mean, it just continued upward. That don't even matter now. It's already going up. But on the day chart, I'm just trying to see how far back, if there's anything else I can compare it to. All right, so here we go. The next levels, maybe 1034. Right there. Moon, Jeff B, Cincy, Ohio here. HOFV. Yeah, hey, that's where I'm from. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually I'm about 40 minutes east of Cincinnati. So I'm east. I'm on the east side. I'm east side. East side. Yeah, somewhere around there, 30 to 40 minutes, something like that. It might be more like 30, but close to 40, something like that. I'm in the sticks, my friend. All right. So let's move off of this. Let's go. So yeah, so here's the thing. If that breaks 885, ideally 1034 looks like it could be. Now again, it's got to break it. So here's the thing with my day trades. When I pull this stuff up and I look at it at the, let's go back to the 30-minute chart. All right. So when I look at it, again, it doesn't mean it's going to do it. It's like you got to watch it. And that line, that 886 break, if it breaks it, see you later. Oh, Jeff B. We're neighbors, buddy. We're neighbors. We're neighbors. I don't know if I like saying where I'm from. Oh, man, we're all neighbors. We're all neighbors. I can say that I am between G-Town and the borough. I can say that. We're all neighbors. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. We are neighbors. Wow. Stony Hollow. That's huge. Y'all from my neck of the woods. That's epic. Question, how'd you find the channel? I got all kinds of Ohio people up in here. That's crazy. Anyway. And we probably shopped at the same place. If I ran into each other. Anyway. There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. There you go. Anyway, so pulled up these day trades real quick. Yeah, we're into another day, by the way. I know I'm up late tonight. Let's see here. So again, if it breaks that 886 line, that would be ideal. So this is one you definitely want to watch for tomorrow. If it doesn't, it could come down, and if it does, it's gonna come down hard. So some of my day trades, you'll look at them and they'll just go down, right? So be ready for that. This again, they're only tradable if, and that's why I'm eliminating them. I'm going through a list right now. All right, so that one's in. Add to the list. Day trades. Boom, boom, boom. That might be one to make some money on tomorrow. Let's go back to, let's see here. Oh, look what popped up. Sit a dime. Of course, ideally I would say no, but it did run up. But off of my stuff. But I do see that as that's a different play. So it's already in my list. NEXT. Whew. Now, when you see something like this, while it looks nice, it can scare the living pants off of me, alright? Why? Because this is the kind of stuff that gets you trapped, right? You get in there, you're like, oh, it's gonna run, it's gonna go, and then all of a sudden it just like tanks hard, right? So if you get into this, you better have a stop loss. And the other thing is, where is there even anything to compare it to? Wow. Okay. Holy smokes. NEXT. Of course, it's got the right words next. It could be the next the next big thing. Let's see. Right about there. If I go, it seems to be pretty close. I'm trying to figure out a good solid level here. Hold on. Let's try this. There we go. That's a little more. It's a little more on the realm of things. All right. Let's find some levels. There. Of course, look at that. It's hit that level. If it breaks it, it could go. But I'd want to watch out for that. That's one that you never know. Of course, it went right out of that channel. Look, and then it just took off, and it stopped right there, right at that bottom mark. But if it breaks that, then it could go. I don't know. This one might be one. It's got to break that line. If not, then it's going to pull back. So just watch that one. Next. It scares me, but it's going in my list. Let's see. I'm in 1250 shares at 472 on HOFV. When is it going to run? And what is it running? Okay, so I talked earlier. I said HOFV. If I go back to the 30-minute chart, that if it hits the 472 mark and continues off a double bottom run, that it could run up and possibly get to 868 within the coming days. And if you look, it's been touch point right up this line. It could hit it. If it breaks it, it could go even further, like somewhere up in here, but it's got to break it. Again, it's got a double bottom though, so it could come down. If it breaks 472, it continues down, then the next stop's 385. So it's one you want to watch just to see if it stays in that channel. But there could be a good buying opportunity for it in the near very future. Just saying. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but that's my idea. So if you're in at 472, 1250, then you're right at that, what I think could be ideal. All right, next one. ONCY. While it looks nice this way, it might turn. I'm not a big fan of that. It kind of came down off. It didn't even finish that G-dub. No thank you. Watch me end up missing one though. AGRX. Nope. ALYA. Oh, heck no. Yeah, that was a pump and dump if there ever was one. That's what we like to call a poop in the chart. FENG. Now I had this earlier pop up on me. It was running today. I don't know. It pulled back pretty hard. It's kind of trying to flag. That's one of those ones you gotta. I'm not a fan. DSS. Not really. LGHL. Now this one closed near its high. This is kind of what we're talking about here, and it was already previously on it. Look at that George Dub in a run. So this thing, If it breaks that, sayonara, right? That's been the top. You gotta watch though, because a double top sometimes can end into a, what we call a bear trap, or a bull trap, I mean. But if it breaks it, if it breaks 505, good night. But look, it's been on a run. That's not what I wanted. Thanks, neighbor. LGHL merged today, huh? Yeah, it was a merger. Look at that line. Oh, that's not what. Come on. I hate when WEBULL does that. Won't you do that to me? Ah, I'm clicking on it. There we go. Let's get back up to that line and I'll fix this. Look at that. That's like solid. And anytime it breaks that line, it's kind of come down and it's worked its way back up. That might be a nice swing trade, to be honest. What I mean by swing trade is it could continue up for the next couple days, like as a run, and then maybe test it again. But just gotta watch if it falls out of that channel. So, of course, let's see, support. It's trying to set support right here. It's trying. But if it breaks that, see you later, back down to here, right? So that's one you gotta watch, right? It's still close, but if it continues up, you never know. It breaks that 506. Good night. So let's add it to the list. It's on my swing trades already. Gotcha. Okay. Well, it's on my list. It was already on there. BRQS. I made some money on this the other day. Look at it, it's already been charted. Already charted. Lorx Tech. It ran up. It hit that line, came up, and then came down hard. And now it's trying to run back up again. So 175, you gotta watch that line. That 175 line tends to make it pop, right? So if it doesn't break that and comes back down, but if it breaks it, this right here, I only have a few left, so here we go. CSCW, which I already talked about. CSCW, that's the one I'm in. CSCW. Of course, it hit hard, but it's working its way back up. That's not what I typically would say yes on, but it is a G-dub, and who knows. I think that could be a little bit longer. PIXY. It did close near its high, but it's a little funky. A little wonky, because it ran up, then it came down, it got up, then it came back down. This thing, it's kind of weird. You got the GW. It's a weird chart. This is one of those ones that's kind of like, although it is only running when it passes this one point, it seems like. Right in here. So maybe look at that 353 mark as a possible run and then get out. It is wonky, but it does have an upward level. All right, we got 8 left in here. 8 peeps. BBIG. And I'm down to my last couple. BBIG, no thank you. RAIL. It came pretty hard off of that, so that's probably going to come back down. GIGM. That one, possible. Although, you gotta watch it. It seems to want to go off of this line here. I hate when it does that. Do what I want you to do, Weeble. Alright, so there's that. It came up pretty hard. Although I'd watch, because this is a double. Oh, you know what this is. It's massive. If you know what this is, type it in the live chat right now. What's this right here? Anybody know? I'm waiting to see if anybody know what this is. Someone said Batman. Batman. No, this is not Batman. But if Batman was thirsty, he would drink out of one of these. Alright, this is what we like to call a cup. You see this? Typically, here's what happens, alright? So this double top ends up being kind of what we call a bull trap. Water hole. So look, the water hole. Anyway, ideally, did it to me again. This time I wanted the other one. Here we go. So here's what you want to look for. You look for something right about this where it comes down almost all the way. Sometimes it'll come all the way. So maybe somewhere in this range. Alright? Might be more, honestly, right there, if you ask me. And again, this is going to be over time. Not going to be that easy. Because these are days, right? Anyway. And then what happens after that? Then it breaks out and comes back up to here. And then you pop one last time. Okay? So somewhere in this vicinity is going to have... So this isn't probably going to happen like... Just be careful to see this run backwards. But GIGM... That is definitely going on a long one for a cup and handle. This I say pulls out. I mean, this is just looking at it, you can see it. So be ready for that. It's already past its high, so that's why I'd say don't. It probably won't, because usually double top and it'll come back. So there's that. There's that cup and handle GIGM Giga Media 18 mil in volume. We'll see what happens with that. That's my idea. All right. What we got left? Oh, this is the last one. Last one. AEHL. And it looks like it was a pump and dump. Pump and dump. Not a fan. All right. There you go. There you go. Let's go back to HOFV. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of my day trade list. Let's look at the list again. So we ended up out of my big list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to actually watch. I still have some swing trades to take a look at, and some of these might be from previous days. And here's some of my long trades. Of course, that was not supposed to be on there. That was a warrant. I don't want that on there. Alright. There we go. That's my list. It's my list for tomorrow. So, yeah, I got to get up early in the morning. Early in the morning. So, and we're about an hour, a little over an hour and 16 minutes into this. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Make sure you come back to my channel tomorrow morning, early. I'll try to say, I think I already have it scheduled. I might have it. Did I? Nah, maybe I didn't set it scheduled yet. I have to set that up to schedule for tomorrow. Morning. I'll try to get on here by 9:25 if I can. If I get on earlier, sometimes I'll pop on earlier, but I'll set my schedule for 9:25 to make sure I'm on before market open. So, hopefully my voice will be a little better. But yes, again, if you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button, hit it. Thank you so much. I will see you all bright and early for another Pop the Chart live stream session tomorrow morning. Thank you, Corey, your host, this guy, the Bengals fan, from the OH of IO, signing off. Have a good morning now, right? In the AM, since it's after midnight. Bye.